When I look back at my time in college, I think fondly about the experiences that shaped me more than anything else. While others were out there discovering their love of an academic field or getting some, I was hanging out with my friends Kirby and Samus. We had some pretty chill times together, actually. And as someone who has spent the majority of his career either in college or working in a college, I got some words of wisdom here for you. College is 1 part education and 4 parts identity crisis. You walk in thinking you'll just waltz on in there and get a degree, and then you leave having wrestled with your sense of purpose, friendships, time management, and maybe love. College is a rich and wonderful academic and personal experience. And sometimes the best electives are the games that we play alongside of our classes. So here are my top 10 games that pair surprisingly well with the college experience. This isn't a ranking, it's more like a course catalog for your soul. Whether paired with an actual class or just the existential dread, this list helps give you a fuller, more robust college experience. If I was in college today, these are the top 10 games that I would play. Let's begin. Number 10. Parasite Eve. Parasite Eve is a unique hybrid of survival horror and turn-based RPG released in 1998 by Square. Before it was Squaresoft. You play as Aya Brea, a rookie NYPD cop caught in a biological catastrophe triggered by a mysterious woman whose mitochondria have gone rogue. It mixes cinematic storytelling with scientific horror, and it all happens in a slightly creepy, slightly nostalgic version of 1990s New York City. It blends science fiction, police procedural, and biothriller, drawing from real molecular biology to explore the eerie autonomy of our own mitochondria. With its blend of cutscenes, voice acting, and a strangely operatic soundtrack that bangs, by the way, it was ahead of its time both narratively and mechanically. It's unsettling, yes, but also curious. It makes you think about biology, mutation, evolution, and what it means to be human. It's perfect for students just diving into genetics, but also anyone feeling like their own transformation is underway. Which, let's be real, it's pretty much everybody in college. It also invites players to look deeper into their own fears, especially the fear of their own body changing, or ultimately betraying them. Parasite Eve doesn't just entertain, it provokes. A hidden gem that pairs surprisingly well with your first all-nighter. Number 9. BioShock. BioShock is a 2007 first-person shooter set in Rapture, an underwater dystopia built on the ideals of radical individualism. You explore a city that's crumbling under the weight of its own ideology, with combat involving guns and gene hijacking powers and a lot of moral discomfort. It's not just about shooting splicers with lightning fingers, though that's there. It's a narrative experience loaded with symbolism, audio logs, and slow environmental storytelling. Part horror, part philosophy, part immersive sim. BioShock asks you to think while you shoot. It tackles themes of free will, psychological conditioning, and the limits of utopia or dystopia. It's one long, haunting case study that pairs weirdly well with your freshman year psychology class and your freshman year existential spirals. It encourages players to challenge assumptions and examine how belief systems are built and how they break. For psych majors, the manipulation of player choice is textbook fascinating. For philosophy students, it's an eerie crash course into Ayn Randian objectivism gone off the rails. Number 8. Night in the Woods. A beautiful, beautiful game. Night in the Woods is a 2017 indie narrative game about Mae Brakowski. She's a college dropout returning home to the dying town of Possum Springs. You explore side-scrolling neighborhoods, talk with old friends, go on strange adventures, and unravel both personal and cosmic mysteries. The game blends dark humor with haunting emotional honesty, all told through anthropomorphic characters. But don't let the cartoon animals fool you. It's one of the most human games you'll ever play, and it still gives me a bit of a crisis every time I play it. This is a love letter to people who feel like they're falling behind, falling apart, or finishing the semester with a 1.5 GPA. Or for those with undiagnosed issues, family guilt and trauma, or a creeping suspicion that adulthood was overrated and oversold. It's perfect for a rainy weekend and a quiet cry or two. For anyone studying contemporary American life, this game is a syllabus of post-industrial collapse, economic stagnation, and the psychology of lost youth. It's a poetic, playable version of every late-night, "what am I doing with my life?" conversation you'll have in college with your friends, or inside your own mind late at night. Number 7! Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Clair Obscur Expedition 33, which, by the way, I just finished. We'll get to that another time. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is a 2025 turn-based RPG by Soundfont Interactive that marries traditional JRPG combat mechanics with a surrealist, painterly environment. You play as Gustav and his allies, who are fighting against the Paintress, a mysterious woman who erases people from existence each year by painting their numbers into oblivion. The game features a fast-paced battle system, philosophical narration, and a world where art is not just symbolic, it's dangerous. Clair Obscur pulls visual influences from European Romanticism and Gothic Surrealism, blending art theory with apocalyptic fantasy. Think Final Fantasy meets Hieronymus Bosch. Some art nerd is going to tell me that I mispronounced Hieronymus Bosch, but get off my case. I took art history. It's a game about the weight of legacy, the power of creativity, and the terrifying responsibility that comes with shaping the world. For art majors, it's a stylized meditation on authorship. For everyone else, it's a compelling metaphor about resisting passive erasure through action, through beauty, and through connection. Clair Obscur reminds us that creation is resistance, and every brushstroke counts. Number 6! Super Smash Bros. Pick your version. Nintendo's iconic crossover fighting game has been around since 1999, but Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, released in 2018, is the biggest and most complete version yet. It features over 80 characters from across gaming history: Mario, Pikachu, Link, Sonic, and even characters from Persona and Final Fantasy, all duking it out on a chaotic and colorful stage, though Melee is my favorite. The game is fast, fun, and instantly understandable, even for non-gamers. Whether you're button mashing or breaking out advanced techniques such as wave dashing, Smash meets you where you are. Smash is not just about fighting, it's about belonging. Smash is how introverts make friends. It's how roommates become rivals and then allies. It's shared language through pixels and punches. A core text in the unspoken course called Surviving Social Life 101. Also, learning to gracefully lose in Smash may be the most practical emotional skill that you'll develop in your first semester. Number 5! Shadow of the Colossus. Originally released in 2005 for the... oh, that sounds awful. Originally released in 2005 for the PlayStation 2 and remade for the PlayStation 4 in 2018, Shadow of the Colossus is a minimalist action-adventure game developed by Team Ico. You play as a lone wanderer named Wander, who rides into a vast haunting landscape to defeat 16 towering colossi. There's no dungeons, no towns, no dialogue-heavy NPCs. Just you, your horse Agro, and a solemn voice promising resurrection if you succeed. It's as much a tone poem as it is a game, with vast silences, melancholy music, and long rides across empty plains. This game asks you, what would you sacrifice to bring someone back? And then it makes you live with your answer. Shadow of the Colossus is ideal for anyone beginning to question their own motivations. It's a meditation on grief, determination, and the way our ambition can quietly corrode us. As a companion to college's endless goal setting, it offers a shadowy reminder. Achievement without reflection can cost us more than we know. Perfect for any philosophy or lit major, or anyone who's ever sprinted towards a goal, only to wonder who or what they were running for. Number 4. Wildermyth. Going obscure here. Released in 2021 by World Walker Games, Wildermyth is a tactical RPG where parties' personalities evolve over time, aging, falling in love, growing rivalries, and sometimes becoming legends. The visual style resembles a living storybook, with cardboard cutout characters and comic-style narration. The game is driven by procedural storytelling, meaning no two playthroughs are the same. Your heroes build legacies across generations, and every decision you make branches the narrative, often in surprising ways, including losing your arms, or much, much worse sometimes. This game captures the magic of collaborative creation. It's a great metaphor for group projects, D&D nights, or creative writing workshops where everyone brings something unique to the table, and it's best played with friends. For college students, Wildermyth is a love letter to the messiness of becoming, how we tell stories about ourselves, and how those stories change, and how we eventually outgrow them. It's hopeful, deeply personal, and surprisingly profound. Number 3. Journey. Released in 2012, Journey is a short, worldless adventure about a robed figure traversing a vast desert towards a glowing mountaintop. It's designed to be played in one sitting and features a really unique multiplayer experience. Other players may join your journey, but you never know their names, or hear their voice, or communicate beyond little musical chimes and movements. Visually stunning and emotionally evocative, Journey is less about goals and more about presence. It's about moving forward, together, or alone. Journey matters because college is full of noise. It's one of the noisiest places on earth. And Journey is pure silence. And in that stillness, you might find something sacred. This game invites reflection, letting go, and quiet connection. It's perfect for students exploring spiritual traditions or anyone grieving something intangible, like childhood, home, or a version of yourself that you're afraid that you've lost. It's a gentle companion for people learning that not all answers come in words. Number 2. Omori. Omori is a 2020 psychological horror RPG that explores anxiety, depression, trauma, and memory. You play as a boy named Omori in a whimsical dream world full of odd characters and strange quests. But underneath that world lies a darker, real-life truth waiting to surface. Mechanically, the game uses a really cool turn-based battle system with emotional states as status effects: happy, sad, angry, turning emotions into gameplay tools. Its surreal visuals and melancholy music carry a dreamlike shoegazer tone that gradually unravels into something far more raw. Omori matters because it's one of the most honest portrayals of mental health and anguish ever put into pixels. It explores repression, guilt, and the terrifying courage it takes to face what you've hidden from yourself. In college, mental health struggles are often silent. Super unfun fact here, sorry about this. The majority of mental health diagnoses come up when someone is roughly college aged, especially major depression, about 16 to 25 years old on average. It has the highest spike. That's why I'm so thankful for games like Omori. This game speaks for those who find our darkest moments in college and choose to fight against them. Whether you're a psych major or someone navigating your own healing, Omori offers a space to feel and reflect, maybe even forgive. Just maybe don't play this one at 2 a.m. during finals week. Number 1! Dark Souls. We all saw this coming. Dark Souls is a 2011 RPG from Software. Known equally for its brutal difficulty and its beautifully decaying world, you play as an undead, cursed to die and rise again, in a kingdom where the gods have abandoned their thrones and fire itself is fading. The game features tight, punishing combat, labyrinthian level design, and a famously cryptic story told through item descriptions, vague NPCs, and haunting ruins. It doesn't hold your hand. There's no quest log, no flashing arrows. You learn by dying, progressing through trial, observation, and sheer willpower. Every hallway is a philosophy class disguised as a death trap. Dark Souls matters in college because it is a masterclass in existential storytelling. The game asks, if you're caught in a dying world with no certain purpose, what keeps you going? Should you link the fire and preserve what's left? Or let it all fade and welcome the unknown? The questions it poses, the nihilistic take it has on our existence, are the same things students ask themselves late at night when everyone else has gone to bed. It's not just about the challenge, it's about meaning. Why persist? What happens when hope becomes habit? How do we build identity through suffering, repetition, and agency? And do we have to build identity with those? Or with anyone who's trying to decide if the major they picked was ever really their calling, or just something they fell into and are trying to persist their way through. Like the world of Lordran, your degree might be falling apart, but you still have choices. And maybe that's worth something. Also, once you've survived this game, group projects won't scare you anywhere near as badly. College isn't about lectures, labs, or late-night cram sessions. It's about becoming a person, often in weird and messy, non-linear ways. And sometimes the games you play are just as formative as the books you read, the classes you take, or the friends you make. These 10 games won't appear on your transcript, sorry about that, but they'll shape the way you think and feel and connect. They're elective courses in resilience, curiosity, identity, and wonder. So in college, play something strange, play something sad, play something weird, play something beautiful. I recommend Gree. And if a game makes you cry a little or rethink your major, congratulations. That's the real general education requirement. You were able to learn and to listen to yourself and the world around you. I find that beautiful. Until next time, gamers, take care of yourself. Enjoy your classes. Don't work too hard, but don't work too little either. Get some good rest. Talk to you next time. Oh, and here's my quick tag in that's probably really important to mention. Hey, if you are struggling with college, you are not alone. Many students do. The graduation rate, at least in my state, and instead of it being 4 years like everyone thinks it is, it's actually now 6 to 6.5 years. So if you're feeling behind, that's great. If you need something to boost you along so that you can finish that degree, I got something for you. It's coming soon, but first, you're gonna have to, subscribe. College is a really isolating time, and I've got some videos for you that are gonna be really helpful when it comes to getting through. You look above, you'll probably see some sitting right there or below. Still haven't figured out how that works. Gosh, I gotta figure that out at some point. Until next time, take care of yourself, take it easy. Again, think about the concept of chlorophyll and how does that work when it comes to feeding plants? How do they turn sunlight into energy? I think that's amazing. I think that's fascinating. Think about it. You'll be a lot happier if you do. Take care.